Administration bypassing Congress to rush through the sale of military supplies to Israel after blocking a UN resolution calling for a ceasefire. So this is happening as the Israeli Defense Forces push deeper into southern Gaza, ramping up attacks on remaining Hamas strongholds. General Jack Keane earlier talking about the latest threat by Hamas to kill all the remaining hostages unless Israel meets their latest demands.
They're implying that they want a ceasefire. If they have a hostage exchange, they're going to a ceasefire. The Israelis have claimed they've killed about 6,000 or 7,000 of them, or captured, most of them killed, some captured. And that is going to continue. So that's the pressure point here. They want a ceasefire to stop the military success that Israel is having against them.
Here we go. Trey Yingst begins our hour live in southern Israel. Trey, hello.
Yeah, hey, Bill, good morning. Over the weekend, Israeli forces pushed deeper into the Gaza Strip, this time targeting the Jabalia neighborhood in the northern part of Gaza. You can see here in this video an Israeli reconnaissance unit operating in that area. They're engaged in close quarters combat. You're looking here at the Nahal Infantry Brigade's 931st Battalion. They say Hamas fighters had prepared for an ambush, but they were thwarted. Since the ground operation began, 104 Israeli soldiers have been killed. And as the fiercest battles continue across Gaza, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has this warning for Hamas.
In recent days, dozens of Hamas terrorists have been surrendering to our forces. They are laying down their weapons and handing themselves over to our heroic fighters. It will take more time. The war is in full swing, but this is the beginning of the end of Hamas. I say to Hamas terrorists, it is over. Don't die for Sinwar. Surrender now.
He's talking about Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas inside Gaza. And while the activity remains high on the southern front, as does it on the northern front, the border with Lebanon, where Israel's chief of staff Herzl Halevi visited troops over the weekend, Israel has reportedly set a deadline for attempts to reach a diplomatic solution with Hezbollah. At this point, though, Israeli officials say they think the chances of a diplomatic solution are low. All of the activity across the region taking place as international focus remains on the southern front with Gaza, 137 hostages still being held inside the Strip. We've been talking with Palestinians today in the southern city of Rafah who say things are increasingly tense as the entire part of Gaza heads toward a humanitarian disaster.
Wow.
Bill.
Okay, Trey, here we go. Sundown yet again there in southern Israel. Good to see you. Trey Yingst reporting there. Got a couple things for you. You want to take a shot at this?
So there was a UN Security Council meeting, and they tried to call for a ceasefire. It got vetoed. But here's AOC, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She said this is shameful, that the Biden administration can no longer reconcile their professed concern for Palestinians and human rights, while also single-handedly vetoing the UN's call for ceasefire and sidestepping the entire U.S. Congress to unconditionally back the indiscriminate bombing of Gaza. If we were to do like diagramming of the sentences to point out all the things that are wrong with that, it would take up the rest of the hour, so we won't. But that's where she's coming from. And a lot of people on Biden's left, and there are many of them, that's where they come from.
And I think Bernie Sanders answered her question. Listen.
I don't know how you could have a permanent ceasefire with Hamas, who has said before October 7th and after October 7th that they want to destroy Israel. They want a permanent war. I don't know how you have a permanent ceasefire with an attitude like that.
Not wrong. He's not wrong. If you're looking at national security, you have to eliminate the threat. And that's what they're trying to do right now. It's going to take a few more weeks, according to everything we're hearing out of Israel. But you know, if you want Israelis to move back into these towns in southern Israel, they're not going to do it as long as Hamas is still in Gaza. So this is the effort that's now underway. Let's see how long it takes, okay?